Hello there. This is Weekly History Topics, Week 9. This is going to be for the week of February 24th to March 2nd. Okay. This week I decided to go something different. Topics 1 through 8 were mainly just on American history alone, and my channel is both on American and European history, so I'm taking a step away from American history this week and focusing on European history, mainly English history. This week is the Magna Carta. The Magna Carta is very simple to understand. The time around was June of 1215 AD. Magna Carta means, in Latin, Great Charter. What this has in mind is, under the reign of King John of England, there were barons in England at the time, and these English barons hated King John. They hated that he had his own way, he could do whatever he wants, and if anyone complained, he can just throw them aside and just continue on what he was doing. And the barons didn't like that. So what they did is, in June 1215, they created these terms and conditions that King John would have to sign, that he would have to uphold. Stuff like, well, it not only had stuff that John would have to do, but also it mainly showed how much the barons hated him. Stuff that it contained was the complaints that every baron had about King John. It demanded widespread political reform in England, because King John didn't allow too much reform. The barons didn't like that, and they really wanted to see more reform in England than before. It also focused on the rights of free men, and it protected the rights of the church. King John thought that he was above the church. You know, he didn't have to listen to the Pope, he didn't have to listen to bishops, he didn't have to listen to anyone. The Magna Carta basically said, yes, you do have to listen to these people, and that he is not above them, they are above him. It also, on top of that, it also protected illegal imprisonment. So basically, if King John just hated someone, he could say, you know, I'm putting you into prison because, I don't know, let's say, I don't like you, just because I don't like you. The Magna Carta got rid of that. They were saying, wait, hold on for a minute. You just can't put someone in prison just because you do not like them. You have to have just cause to put them in prison. And another part of this Magna Carta is taxation. What King John did when he was King of England, and also when King Richard the Lionheart, was doing crusades through Europe, he did this when he was basically running the country while his brother was away. He taxed England, taxed everyone in England to basically to nothing, and he basically kept all of the taxes for himself, and his wealth continued to grow while the country's depleted and basically debt. This the barons did not like, mainly because it not only took taxes away from, you know, the other classes in English society, but it also took a lot of their money from them too, this taxation. So what the barons put in this Magna Carta is, yes, you can still tax people, but we have to approve the tax. If we do not approve the tax, then you can't tax. So that basically are the conditions that this Magna Carta had. There are more conditions, but I don't want to go through every single condition. Another thing that this Magna Carta did is that it created a council of 25 barons to make sure that King John followed the charter. So it's not like, okay, sign this and that's that. They actually created a council of 25 barons to make sure that if he goes back on a promise, something's going to be done. Like, for instance, with taxation, with the barons' consent. Like, if he made a taxation the barons didn't check, or he just went over their heads, this council would be like, wait, no, you can't do that. We have to back up for a minute, and we have to see this new taxation before you put it in place. So it's basically diminishing the king's power, while at the same time making the people of England, especially the barons of England, stronger than the king. What the Magna Carta basically focused is that everyone has to obey the law, even the monarch. So, like, the monarch just can't do whatever he wants. He can't do X, Y, and Z and get away with it. He has to follow these simple rules, and then the kingdom will be prosperous and stuff. So, basically, that's the overall summary of the Magna Carta. It limited the powers of the king. It meant that the king had to even obey the law as well as his subjects, and it put down restrictions to a monarch's power. So anyway, that's it for week 9, and I'll see you next week for week 10.